Manchester United.
Well, no sign of the manager yet, but here come the two teams to try and make it a dream anniversary celebration. It is the United boss who's been responsible for making a fair number of those dreams come true. 19 trophies in his remarkable 20-year tenure, and here he comes. A simple, understated wave that's become a feature of this walk along the touchline. Many smiles now. They were difficult days early on. I think the 20th anniversary marks the China anniversary, and you can bet there was a fair bit of China broken during those early days when he had to get his point across. He had to make his mark on a team that at the time appeared to be going nowhere. They were 19th in the old First Division when he took over, but just look how successful they are now. And they go into this game where they have been for much of the latter part of his reign at the top of the tree. Prior to this latest match, the two teams meet each other, and let's take a look now at the two sides. The first one picked by Sir Alex Ferguson. Well, Manchester United revert to the team that beat Bolton after the midweek slip-up in Copenhagen. Gary Neville and Ryan Giggs have recovered from injuries to play. They and Paul Scholes embody the Ferguson era for their progress from the youth team, and they return along with Rio Ferdinand, Patrice Evra and Louis Saha after the Champions League setback. Portsmouth have lost 3 of the back 4 with illness or injury since they swept aside Reading. So out go Glenn Johnson, Linvoy Primus and Sol Campbell, with Noé Pamero and Andy O'Brien coming in, and Matt Taylor forced to switch to left back. Leading scorer Kanu is left on the bench with Manuel Fernandes and Nico Cranchar bolstering the midfield. Benjani's the lone striker, and the bench includes former United favourite Andy Cole.
Number 3, Dejan Stevanovic.
Well, alongside me, a former United player, Gordon McQueen. What do you make of the remarkable reign of now Sir Alex Ferguson?
Well, they've got fantastic supporters here at Old Trafford, and I'll tell you what, lucky supporters as well to have had such a great manager over the last 20 years, particularly the style of football he's produced here. Some fantastic entertainment, a manager that believes in his players and his team, playing them with great style and panache, and don't see any reason at all why he should be continuing for quite a few more years yet. But he must be very proud of his achievements. He now sits comfortably with the legendary managers, Scots, Bill Shankly, Jock Stein, Sir Mark Busby. That must be something he's really proud about. Managers that absolutely no doubt Sir Alex thinks very, very highly of indeed.
Number 3, Patrice Evra.
Well, despite some talk of a presentation to the manager, it seems that Scott himself did not want any such fuss. He prefers for his team to do the talking for him today.
Number 11, Ryan Giggs. Number 15,
Gary Neville and the Portsmouth skipper Dejan Stevanovic. Portsmouth, incidentally, during Sir Alex Ferguson's reign, have had 10 different managers. 2 of them reappointed Alan Ball and the current incumbent Harry Redknapp. And though he may not always have been the media's favourite, he's very much the darling of the photographers today as they crowd round looking for that 20th anniversary shot of the United boss.
And your referee today is Mr. Mike Dean. Can we also remind you, Old Trafford, that this
it's going to be Portsmouth who kick the game off.
Stadium. Thank you very much.
So the visitors will get us underway. What a difference 20 years makes. A very different Manchester United to the team that lost at Oxford in Alex Ferguson's first match in charge. They were down in the bottom 4 of the top division. They finished 11th in his first year in charge, since when they have won 8 titles, the Champions League, 5 FA Cups, 2 League Cups, the Cup Winners' Cup, the Super Cup and an Intercontinental Cup thrown in as well. Quite a catalogue, and here's Gary Neville, who's played a big part in that. This is Cristiano Ronaldo, already getting the better of Matthew Taylor and then being taken down by Cranchar. If this year has shown anything, it's that the United manager has not lost any of his desire or will to win, or indeed to produce good attacking football. It's that brand that has served them so well. And Wayne Rooney, who is just a year old when Sir Alex Ferguson took over, is very much the focal point of the modern team.
Yeah, I think there's a conviction about this Manchester United side. I think they firmly believe that he can go on and win this Premiership, and so they should. I think observers that watched them at the Reebok playing against Bolton Wanderers played some breathtaking football. A lot of them said that best I've seen United in quite some time, and playing a Portsmouth side today that's been hard hit by injuries defensively, which has been a strong part of their game this season.
Here's Patrice Evra, and now Gary Neville. Sahar and Ronaldo had both moved infield, and Pedro Mendes spotted the run of his fellow Portuguese, quickly tracked him down. Rooney looking to get through. Is he taken down by Stefanovic? Mike Dean points to the spot, and as if things weren't bad enough for Portsmouth, they conceded a penalty inside 2 minutes.
Well, they just go to sleep here, Portsmouth. There's a penalty. When we see this again, it gets on the wrong side of Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney uses his body strength. This shouldn't happen from a throw, and it's dreadful marking by Portsmouth. Clumsy challenge. Rooney's arms up in the air, demanding the penalty kick, and Mike Dean quite correctly gives it.
It's the 8th penalty the referee has awarded this season. 6 of the previous 7 have been saved. Will that fate befall Louis Sahar here? It's Sahar against David James.
Well, David James has been in fantastic form this season, but he was never going to stop that penalty. Firm, accurate, terrifically well taken by Sahar. A disastrous start for Portsmouth. Awful defending, something you never really see. Straightforward throw-in, into Rooney in the box. Clumsy challenge, penalty kick. Sahar steps up and gives Manchester United a dream start.
From a personal point of view, Louis Sahar moves ahead of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's currently out injured, as United's outright leading scorer.
Well, there's absolutely no doubt what Harry Redknapp would have been telling his players beforehand. Try and quieten the crowd if you can. And he's dropped his top scorer, Canu, playing 1 up top, 5 in the middle of the park. Try and keep Manchester United quiet. No doubt he's heard reports. I watched the Manchester United performance at the Reebok last week. I was a little bit concerned about that. It's all blown to bits already.
Well, there's the man who gave the penalty away. When Wayne Rooney has got away from you, it's an unenviable task stopping him, and Stefanovic's attempts to do that have led to this United lead. Here's Michael Carrick. Rooney's little drag through, and the slip from Pavaro gives Sahar a chance here. Cross is blocked by O'Brien. It's his first United goal against Portsmouth, although he had scored previously against them 3 times for Fulham. Evra with the throw. Ryan Giggs. Cleared to Benjani. He's got a really difficult task on today, winning free kicks to get Portsmouth into attacking positions as good as he can do.
Well, it always is a thankless task when you're playing up top on your own, particularly against the class of defenders that United have got.
Here's Ronaldo.
Although I don't think it's United's defenders that are going to be the problem for Portsmouth today.
Defence so disturbed by illness and injury, he's going to face a really difficult task. Neville. Rooney. Neville. Pull it across, Mendes in the way. It's Taylor.
Well, we wonder what Portsmouth are thinking. Maybe looking up at the clock. Well, there's only 87 minutes to go.
Well, United have started here the way that they started the season against Fulham. It finished with 5 goals being scored that day. It's their goal scoring that's been the difference to keep their noses in front of Chelsea this season. And once they have the taste for it, there's very little you can do to stop them.
Well, I think that was proved last week. When you get players like Scholes and Ronaldo, Giggs, Rooney, all producing good form in a one day, they're not going to stop them.
Here's Ronaldo. Carrick. Neville. Rooney. Ferdinand. Now Nemanja Vidic. Neville. Ronaldo. Carrick. This is Scholes. Rio Ferdinand. He and Michael Carrick, players well known to Harry Redknapp. Ferdinand has found Rooney. Ferdinand had ventured forward. He's got the header back to Gary Neville here. Sahar, Scholes, dug it out for Carrick. Evra, away by Pamara.
Well, Ferdinand involved in that attack. Often think it's something he should do a little bit more often. He's got the skills of a midfield player. Get himself into advanced positions, get involved in the game. Well, first and foremost, it's all about defending. A department that United have excelled in this season. A lot of people talk about the attacking players, and rightly so. They're the exciting ones, but defence have been very, very strong this season.
Here's Ronaldo. Sahar. He's onside Ronaldo. It's a good tackle though from Stefanovic. A crucial one.
Well, he's trying to play the advantage role there. Pulls it back for this. Brian foul and Sahar. Ball rolls to Ronaldo. Breaks down. So brings the ball back for a free kick.
Well, Sahar was caught high by Andy O'Brien. Stefanovic's tackle was the follow-up. Even though he's being spoken to by the referee, may well be making the point that he wasn't the guilty party.
I think O'Brien Studs just caught him above the shin pad area there. What are we talking about here? Over 30 yards. Will he have a go? Quite sure he will. I think Ronaldo's fancying this one. Giggs having a look at it.
Well, he's shaped up to have a crack here, Cristiano Ronaldo. Powerful! What a rocket! Rocket Ronaldo! That is special!
Well, that's an absolutely fantastic free kick. What a start for this Portsmouth side. Penalty kick, free kick, 2 goals down. Great penalty, but what about this for a free kick? I mean, he absolutely lashes this into the back of the net. Absolutely no chance for David James. I mean, you're looking at one of the more athletic goalkeepers in the Premiership as well, and he can't get near it. It's a wonderful free kick, and an absolutely wonderful start by Manchester United in this game.
2 up in the first 10 minutes. David James' first 2 acts really in this game have been to pick the ball out of the back of the net. Nothing he could do about either though. Here's Cranchar. Davis. Pedro Mendes. Now Pamara. Looking for Benjani. It's cleared by Rio Ferdinand.
Well, it looks like they've decided to give their boss a little treat today, this United side. A little present for 20 years in charge.
It's a 2-0 defeat in his first game in charge. You somehow can't see it just staying at a 2-0 victory for his 20th anniversary match in charge. Ferdinand, down the middle, the flag stayed down for Giggs. O'Brien got across. It's away by Taylor.
Yeah, he's made a really good run there, Ryan Giggs. From out to in, he's looking on the left-hand side, looked up, made a good run in behind the defenders, timed it perfectly so that it was onside. Harry Redknapp thinking, my goodness, what a start we've had to this match.
Well, some things are just meant to be, aren't they? And with all the celebrations for this long managerial reign at Old Trafford, maybe his team just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. Catching them as they do off the back of a bad result in Europe as well. Ronaldo. Rooney. Now Scholes. It's Gary Neville. Taylor's missed out. Neville! Saha! Well, you know it was a special day if Gary Neville scores. He rarely does.
I'll tell you what, it was a good stop with David James as well. And it had to be good defending with Palmer to clear the danger. Saha's pounced in that one. I think Harry Redknapp was 10 years of age the last time Portsmouth won this fixture. Well, that statistic's not going to get much better today.
Neville's throw. Ronaldo. He's giving Taylor a torrid time.
Well, there's box of tricks coming out there. Box of tricks for Neville as well. Well, left-footed at least. The effort at goal. As you say, Rob. It would have been Manchester United's day if that ends up in the back of the net. And it's a good run. I mean, Taylor, it's poor defending, but it's a good little run inside. And I tell you what, he hits it well. It's a decent stop by David James. Palmer does well to clear the danger.
Over 2 years since Gary Neville scored his last goal in the Champions League against Lyon. Frantic start though for David James. Been on the wrong end of a 6-0 scoreline here with West Ham as the Portsmouth goalkeeper. The way things have started, we'll be looking at a repeat. Pedro Mendes. Hammerer. Here's O'Brien. Stefanovic. Misunderstanding between Davis and Benjani, who've both gone for the same ball. And here's Rio Ferdinand. He and Michael Carrick both grew up at West Ham under Harry Redknapp. Vidic. Giggs. Now Scholes. Saha. Had moved on and Davis was in the way. Saha tried to retrieve it and it's Carrick who does. Scholes steps away from Manuel Fernandes. It's Rooney's little touch to Carrick. It's good football despite the fact they're being hunted down. Scholes looking for Neville. Neville got the touch to Ronaldo. James, that one drops into his hands.
Well, they're playing them off the park at this moment in time. Portsmouth can't get in their own half. I don't think Van Nistelrooy has touched the ball yet.
Granchar. Rio Ferdinand. The side just grateful to get a touch. Here's Scholes. Ferdinand. Now Vidic, Carrick. Rooney. Carrick. Scholes. Michael Carrick. Now Giggs.
Passes there, not any of them more than 2 touches either. Now with their own song, it's difficult to contain this United side. Larry Redknapp and his coaching staff must be wondering, what do we do? 2-0 down. What's our next plan? Do we bring on another striker for support for Benjani? And if we do that, we can see even more possession in the middle of the park to Manchester United and get into more trouble. Difficult one.
Chelsea have raised the standard to such a level that there is very little margin for error in the Premiership these days if you are going to be serious title contenders. Arsenal still going through their transition, starting to get things together, and Manchester United really are taking things to a different level. Neville. Taylor's ball back, there was a slip from Stefanovic, Zaha pulls it across. And here's Neville.
Poor defending again with Portsmouth. Communication problem this time. Neville looking for Giggs at the back post. A little bit of misunderstanding there. Matt Taylor and Stefanovic. Pamela once again clears the danger.
Back by Vidic. Here's Neville. Zaha. Scholes. Ferdinand. Neville. This is Vidic. Portsmouth have pulled everybody back inside their own half. And this seems a comfortable passage at the moment for United. Davis in the end, though, has won it back. By Pomeroy.
Yeah, he's just looking up there, showing Davis to see who to knock the ball forward to. Absolutely nobody. Benjani's there, but he's tightly marked. Ball ends up going back the way.
They've suffered badly enough with illness and injury. Problem here to another Portsmouth player. I think he's dead. Taking the blow to the side of the head. From Nemanja Vidic.
That was a strong, powerful header. Certainly not intentional.
He's been impressive, hasn't he, Vidic, since his arrival here at United. He's a strong defender, not one who's easily bullied out of games.
No, he's very, very uncompromising. Good in the ball. Attacks the ball well in both boxes.
Here's Ferdinand.
I just wonder what United's best back four is nowadays. Neville, Ferdinand, no doubt. Brown or Vidic. Evra, Heinze. So Alex would be happy with any of those slots.
Here's Vidic. Giggs. Evra. And Paul Scholes.
Scholes has been a midfield player. He's been playing deeper of the two. Carrick's been making some runs forward. You normally expect to see Scholes up and around the edge of the opponent's box.
Davis. Taylor. Here's Benjani. O'Brien. Pedro Mendes. Beyond retrieval for Gary O'Neill.
Well, I think that's the first time in this match there's been a positive forward ball by Portsmouth. No fault of theirs, just Man United have completely dominated possession. Passing's been top draw. Portsmouth just can't get the ball. Put most of this first half on the back foot.
Here's Vidic. Now Scholes. Neville's made a great dart out to the right, and Rooney's picked him out. Gary Neville! James has done enough!
I should have scored. Lovely weighted pass from Rooney. Scholes into Rooney. Neville once again a good run forward. This is a fantastic chance, but credit the goalkeeper. It's a real good save, knocks this one out for a corner kick. Should have been 3.
Now Neville denied by his international colleague. Giggs his corner. Vidic up for the header. O'Brien away. Scholes. Back in by Rooney. Ferdinand. Clawed away.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rio Ferdinand goes for the bottom corner there. He could have knocked it across the 6-yard box for Ronaldo. It was a good effort by the big central defender.
Back in by Giggs. Away by Cranchar. Scholes. Rooney. Well, it must feel to James as though everyone is queuing up at the moment to have a go at him. He's being forced to do far too much work.
Well, that's exactly what's happening, Rob. All the United players are queuing up to have a go at him. Ferdinand with a header this time. Is at full stretch here. David James just palms the ball away for the danger area. But it's been fantastic football for Manchester United. Really have put on a show.
Scholes. Here's Manuel Fernandes. Ronaldo. Taylor. Cranchar winning his tackle with Gary Neville. Carrick tidying up comfortably.
He's certainly in a lot of space down the right-hand side, Gary Neville, but Ronaldo doesn't hug the touchline. Likes to go and join in the play in the centre of the park, even the left-hand side. And I think they tend to forget that Gary Neville's pretty useful at getting forward.
Great stuff from Rooney. Just couldn't lace it through for Saha, he was unlucky. There's Manuel Fernandes.
I think it's one thing people forget about Wayne Rooney. We all know about his wonderful technique and bend them in, volley them in. One great goal after another, but he's an absolutely fantastic passer of the ball as well. And it really is a potent partnership. His passing ability and weight of pass, and Saha's movement and pace. They really are a threat, those two. crucial to Manchester United doing well this season. The fitness of Saha, obviously Ole Gunnar Solskjaer pulled his hamstring last minute of that Champions League game midweek, so he might not figure a great deal until Christmas. Alan Smith still finding his way. Played quite a few reserve games, maybe not quite as sharp as he'd like to be yet, so it's important that Saha stays fit.
Rooney's header, he's just gone too early, Saha.
I was talking about his passing ability, his shooting ability. Not a bad header of the ball either, is it? And this is a terrific header into the path of Saha, and I'm not so sure whether he's offside. Well, if he is, it's very, very close. Certainly the assistant referee had a great view of it. I've got my doubts about that one. That's good communication there. 3 different nationalities. They sorted it out nevertheless.
Neville. Taylor's header. Ronaldo. Rooney. Here's Carrick. Just has too much of Giggs.
Yeah, it's a good early ball by Carrick. It's maybe a foot or two high for Giggs to control. But the way they've been playing this first half, you expect them to control everything. Two 2-0. Could easily have been 3-4. Gary Neville with a couple of very good chances.
Scholes. Carrick. Here's Ronaldo. Neville. Deflection on route. Taylor.
Well, that would just be like the thing, wouldn't it? He's been put through twice, more or less 1v1s against David James. This time he nearly scores, but it's a deflection off a Portsmouth player. Taylor, I think, just dips over the crossbar. There's another United corner. Obviously, get Vidic to threaten these situations. Ferdinand scoring against Liverpool here recently.
Ferdinand goes for this.
Well, I think a lot of United fans look at the size of Rio Ferdinand, wonder why he doesn't score more goals. Came close a couple of times this half. With David James scrambling across his goal earlier. He seems to like scoring against Liverpool.
Did in the last home game, just as he got the winner against them here last season. Here's a rarity. Portsmouth inside, well, I'm going to say inside the Man United half, but Camero throws back to Andy O'Brien. And then it's given away by Manuel Fernandes, and it's pretty much the story of the half so far. Sweeping Manchester United possession, Portsmouth backpedaling. Davis finding himself crowded out.
You just can't get anything like an attack going, Portsmouth. And you look at them, you think, well, it's not tactical. It's not a lack of effort, but they're just playing against great players that are in great form.
Here's Pedro Mendes. Stefanovic.
Disappointed Sir Alex certainly with the result against the Danes midweek, Copenhagen, the Champions League. Plenty of changes from this side, but still a game they should have won. It's comfortable.
Here's Gary Neville.
he had to head that clear as well. Giggs, Sahan, Rooney all made runs inside the box. All spread across the 6-yard box. Stefanovic doesn't deal with it. In trouble.
Getting clear by Pamereau. This is Scholes. Looking for Gary Neville. Rooney. Well, even when he was blocked off, he still got through, and it's Scholes! Headed clear by O'Brien.
Rooney's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant in the build-up to that Paul Scholes shot. A little bit timid with the shots, Paul Scholes, trying to steer it into the net. With James way out his goal. Should have hit it hard, that, but what about this for play? Left foot, right foot, great balance through the legs of Pamereau. Bit of obstruction there. Comes to the feet of Paul Scholes, just tries to steer it into the net.
Here's Benjani, tried to angle it back for Gary O'Neill. Carrick was bright and alert then. It's back by Giggs.
Something you don't often see Paul Scholes doing either. Likes to slam a ball. Remember that time. It's another good chance. Plenty of them.
Here's Davis. Pedro Mendes. O'Neill. Taylor. Cranchar. Taylor. He skipped away from Rio Ferdinand.
Well, that's the first decent Portsmouth attack. Good work with Taylor there, getting forward. Looks up, and I've got a couple of people in the box this time. Generally, there's been nobody. It's not a good cross. Spoiled the good work getting there in the first place.
Rooney's headed down. Here's O'Brien. Touched by Evra. This is Scholes. Now Ronaldo. Again, Gary Neville has got forward, as he has done to such good effect in this first half. Decent ball in as well. Cleared by Pamereau. Pedro Mendes. Carrick. Johnny got the touch, and that was Davis. Now O'Neill. Here's Pamereau. Manuel Fernandez. Davis got caught then. It's Cranchar. Ronaldo. Little touch from Rooney. Ronaldo. Giggs. He's left Pamereau.
I hits this too early though. It's a good ball in. Pamereau loses his balance here. Ronaldo plays the ball inside. Flicks it round him. Well, he's getting closed down behind O'Brien. So he takes that one on early. Makes a bit of a hash of it. But once again, some lovely play by Manchester United. They really have been a treat to watch this half.
Scholes. Evra. Rooney. Now Neville. Ronaldo. Carrick was in the middle.
Just puts that one in too close to David James there.
Rooney's ball across, Stefanovic away. Ronaldo just hesitated, and Pedro Mendes was always favourite to get there. Mendes. Crancher. Carrick. Rooney. Giggs. To resist the pressure from Giggs, and he can't. Wonderful stop from Giggs. Camero recovers and is then fouled.
Yeah, I think Giggs just clicks his heels there, but certainly fans here at Old Trafford love that bit of action. Camero not expecting his wide man to put tackles in on him.
Scholes. Ronaldo. Neville. Away. This is Davis. Now O'Neill. Pedro Mendes.
I know it's one of the reasons why Ryan Giggs has such longevity here at Old Trafford. Effort he puts in. Fantastic work ethic, work rate. To tackle full-backs to get the ball back off them.
Here's Ronaldo. Sahar lets it run. It's Wayne Rooney, and it's blocked by Camero. Evra. Beyond the leap of Giggs. Carrick missed out on the challenge. Cranchar with plenty of room, but a shortage of options. Pedro Mendes.
Yeah, he's getting chased by Rooney. He just wondered what Rooney was going to do with that ball when it gets squared back to him. He's going to try something out of the ordinary. He never. He's trying to pick his spot from some 20 yards. As you say, Rob, that's Palmer.
There's Carrick. Now Sahar. Gary Neville. Vidic. Ferdinand. Now Scholes. Rooney. Nemanja Vidic. Ferdinand. Carrick. Sahar. Carrick. Scholes. Evra. Scholes. Gary Neville back across. Stefanovic doesn't really deal with it, and Mendes comes in to sort it out.
I'm not quite sure who's put the ball in the Portsmouth box more often, is it Ronaldo or Neville?
Gary O'Neill has made the break here, but as ever, Manchester United can tidy it up and make sure that Van Nistelrooy doesn't have work to do. And here he is, Gary Neville, who's ventured forward with regularity in this first half. Scholes looking for Ronaldo. This is Taylor, who got Portsmouth's consolation goal when they lost to United at Fratton Park in the last meeting back in February.
I don't think there's any doubt that they've missed the players that are out, injured defenders, Glenn Johnson, Primus, Sol Campbell, all players that have been playing really well. This back four hasn't been as resilient as the Portsmouth back four normally is.
It's Manuel Fernandes. Camero got in front of Giggs. Here's Ryan Giggs. Showed too much of that one to Andy O'Brien. Scholes. Stefanovic away. Scholes again. Now Ferdinand. Pedro Mendes. O'Neill. Manuel Fernandes. Here's Taylor. Davis. Taylor. Benjani. Taylor's ball across. No one there to accept the invitation, and Evra make sure it doesn't run first time to O'Neill.
Yeah, it was an easy ball for Evra to deal with there. Just takes no chances. Gets it out for a corner. Portsmouth's first.
O'Neill with a kick. Header clear by Rooney. And Taylor lashes it back in. And that's the first save that Van der Sar has had to make. It was a ball that seemed to be moving.
I'll tell you what a good save it was as well. He could not have hit this any better, Taylor. An angry Sir Alex going in at half-time. Conceded a goal from a set play midweek in Copenhagen. But what about this for a strike? And the ball does move.
Taylor again. It's Pedro Mendes this time. But he doesn't trouble the goalkeeper.
Well, you're not seeing a better struck shot this season. He absolutely nailed that one. Matthew Taylor, goalkeeper, no sign of a great goalkeeper. Absolutely nothing to do this half. Keeps his concentration, positioning, everything good.
Run called upon. Van der Sar did all that was required of him. It's taken right until the end of the first half to make Van der Sar do any work. Here's Vidic. Now Giggs. Vidic. Here's Evra. Made most of the ball, but he's won the free kick.
Yeah, is this a booking? I'm not so sure. Is it Pomeroy's? I don't know, I think Evra just nicks it away from him here. Maybe the full-back just a bit too quick. Was for the ball.
I think he might actually have put O'Neill. It wasn't terribly obvious, but I think O'Neill may have said something to him. Mike Dean. It's either O'Neill or Davis. It seems it was Davis.
Well, he should have no real complaints about the free kick. It was. And initially I thought it was a Pamero booking, which I thought would have been harsh. Once again, nowadays. Card comes out quite readily at this end.
Well, can he do it again? Difficult angle this time for Ronaldo. It is Ronaldo who takes it. Palmeiro who's behind him.
Rather hard to deal with for defenders, these balls, you know, when they're whipped in at that kind of pace.
One added minute in the first half. As Giggs pulls the corner back for Paul Scholes. Carrick has pulled away round the back. Ferdinand holds off Manuel Fernandes. It's Neville's ball in. Giggs struck behind. Came off Giggs last in the referee's judgment.
Well, once again, it's good defending by Palmeiro. Got his boot and his head on that occasion to quite a number of Manchester United crosses.
Benjani. Now Rooney. Carrick. Now Sahar. And away goes Rooney. O'Neill.
Yeah, great play by Rooney, because it's him that's crossed the ball, trying to find Gary Neville at the back post when he breaks forward there. Probably the wrong option, trying to get his full-back on the goal-scoring list. Should have been already, but whenever Portsmouth clear it, wanting to do the hard side of football, get back behind the ball.
Well, it's almost been like a cabaret from the United players to mark Sir Alex Ferguson's 20th anniversary. They really have been awesome at times in that first half. 2 up in 10 minutes, a Louis Saha penalty after Rooney was fouled early on, and then a memorable free kick from Cristiano Ronaldo that was absolutely unstoppable from David James, who's been busy on plenty of other occasions as well in the first half. A half that ends with United leading Portsmouth by 2-0. Manchester United's breakthrough came inside 2 minutes when, from a quick throw-in, Wayne Rooney was fouled in the box by Dejan Stefanovic. Referee pointed to the spot and Louis Saha stepped up to coolly slot the ball home to make it 1-0. The second goal was a quite splendid free kick from Cristiano Ronaldo. He shaped to hit it from early, and when he did, it was unstoppable for David James. Manchester United 2, Portsmouth 0.
Very busy time activity coming up, of course. First of all, the fans 50-50 half-time draw. Now the price today will be approximately £2,900, and as always, do contact your nearest steward if your number is chosen. Now this afternoon's guest is here celebrating with us the tremendous achievements of Sir Alex Ferguson, a fellow countryman and close friend of the boss. He had a playing career with Farm, of course, Dundee United and Carling Cupboard at Southend, and a 20-year managerial career with Dundee, Coventry, Blackburn, Fulham and Airdrie before becoming successful scouts with Arsenal and covering the youth of Freddie Youngberg. Old Trafford, will you please give a nice Theatre Dreams welcome to the Middlesbrough Chief European Scout, Mr. Don Mackay. Now, of course, in a few moments we'll be having a special presentation to 3 young gentlemen who are involved in the Manchester United soccer skills activities, and of course we're delighted to welcome Sir Bobby Charlton, who will be making that presentation very shortly. So once again, approximately £2,900 today. Don has chosen the number, and the number is 07900. 07900. Once again, Old Trafford, show your appreciation to Don for doing the job for us. Thank you very much indeed. Now, today is the Manchester United Soccer Schools hold their annual World Skills Final at the Cliff Training Ground and also on the pitch before today's game. Now, 53 players from across the world took part in 5 skills challenges to win a trip to Barcelona Soccer Schools in January. Now, the top 3 players with the highest scores are here now to receive their prizes. Old Trafford, making the presentation, will you please give a nice welcome to Sir Bobby Charlton. And he'll be joined by Manchester United Soccer Schools UK course manager Mike Neary and head coach for Man United Soccer Schools John Shields. Now in third place, this young man has won a signed shirt for the first team. He's 13 and his name is Jamie Donovan. The second prize winner wins a week. Old Trafford, Manchester United's goal scored by number 9, Ruud van Old Trafford, Manchester United's goal scored by number 9. Old Trafford, Manchester United's goal scored by number 9, Ruud van to Katie McGuire, also his brother John, and best regards to Spence McDonald as well. Again, I hope that Katie's enjoying her visit here to the Theatre of Dreams. And finally, can we say congratulations to James and Angela Rynn, who recently celebrated their 25th wedding anniversary. It was actually on the 24th of October. So congratulations to all your family and friends, and also to their son James, who celebrated his 21st birthday on the same day as Wayne Rooney. So lots of celebrations in the Rynn household. Well done, and all the best from your family and friends. Thank you.
And welcome back to Old Trafford, where at half-time it's Manchester United 2, Portsmouth 0, but an interesting change coming in the second half, we understand. Just walking along the touchline now is Andy Cole, former Manchester United favourite, and all set to come on here at Old Trafford for the second half. Manuel Fernandes, who got a bit of a knock anyway, is the man going off, and Cole was a big part of Alec Ferguson's reign here at Old Trafford during the time when he was scoring goals regularly for this club. 121 in 275 games represents some return. He was one of the Fergie favourites, and Cole is on here for the second half. Despite the fact his more recent career includes a spell at Manchester City, Andy Cole is still a big favourite here and gets a good reception coming on for the second half. Sure, that reception won't last if he scores. Andy Cole has never scored in the Premiership against Manchester United since leaving them. He's been away at Blackburn, Fulham and Manchester City. And it's United who were awesome in that first half, particularly the first 20-25 minutes of it. We get the second half underway. Gary Neville seems to fancy a goal today. He and Ronaldo have provided excellent service from that flank. Here's Scholes. Now Michael Carrick. This is Vidic. Stefanovic was playing Rudy on side, but then the ball was in his direction anyway.
I'll just try to change things around a bit. Harry Redknapp, best form, defensive attack, playing the two up top now. Obviously, Johnny up there on his own, absolutely no joy, first 45. Got a little bit of help in Andy Cole. Player that's certainly scored plenty of goals here. A great reception as well for the United fans, which is good to see.
Benjani! So I couldn't be sure that was going wide, had to make the save. Even though he's not been called upon too often, the Dutch goalkeeper, when he has, he's done what was required of him. It's Davis looking for Benjani. Ferdinand is there this time. Interesting that Cole preferred ahead of Kanu, who with 7 goals came into the day as the Premiership's top scorer. Rooney's clash with Pamereau has left the United striker holding the back of his head.
Yeah, he's a tough little cookie. He's not going to stay down long in instance like that. Oof. Sore one. Oh, heads the back of Rooney's head. Well, nice. Rubs his head, gets on with it, doesn't he?
Johnny's shot that was on target. So Van der Sar's save crucial.
Well, they dominated the middle of the park in the first half, and playing against 5, 4 to contend with this half. United do even more damage. What to do for Vidic and Ferdinand. 2 up front for Portsmouth.
Rooney. Rooney. Sahar. Oh, lovely football. Rooney, Ronaldo's the man over, but he goes for it himself, and he's unlucky.
Yeah, takes it on himself. Thought he might have just rolled it to Ronaldo there, who'd come up and he's outside. Really good support. Beautiful little back heel by Sahar. Great imagination. A couple of bodies between Rooney and David James's goal. Portsmouth Church still fancies it. Not far away.
Well, after his performance at Bolton, you can forgive him for thinking that everything he would touch at this time would turn to gold. Didn't quite turn to a goal then for Wayne Rooney, but he was only marginally out.
That's a poor touch there with Paul Scholes. That's been a collector's item in this game. It's been absolutely fantastic in the middle of the park for United.
Given away by Cranchar, 2 Scholes, and now Sahar. Rooney had set off, trying to drag it through to him. Sahar finds Stefanovic in the way.
Yeah, could have switched that over to Ronaldo as well. The ball was on, wasn't a difficult one either. Tries a complicated pass behind the central defender for Rooney to run onto.
Here's Evra. Pedro Mendes. Away by Vidic. Evra. Ferdinand. Now Neville. This is Carrick. This is Sahar. Scholes. O'Neill. Cole. Davis. Cole. Played through to Benjani. Sahar had a good starting position and just keeps it the right side of the line.
There was a lot of talk about Peter Schmeichel around Old Trafford. Certainly was for years after he retired. Great difficulty getting a replacement. Found a good one.
United splashed out on him in his time here. Part of the treble-winning team of '99.
Well, I think you've got 5-6 years out of him. Scored a lot of goals in those seasons and sold on for a profit to Blackburn.
A replacement flag that's needed here for Mick Murphy, which is why we have a slight hiatus.
Side these flags. I've seen this happen on several occasions this season. Players get made round the pitch when they're coming off. The 4th official decides to run back across it.
On by Benjani. Fended off by Andy Cole, who's won a corner.
Already looking for a free kick there. Just good body strength by Andy Cole.
Franchar's corner. 2 United players went for it. Carrick and Ferdinand confused each other. Sharply enough to get out to Stefanovic when he was lining up the cross.
Well, it's the type of thing you might expect with a British player in the corner. 2 English lads coming communication problem there.
Vidic. Johnny felt that he'd been fouled then by Vidic climbing all over him, but he's never second best in those duels, Nemanja Vidic. He's been a real asset since his move here.
The two up top have made a decent little start to second half Portsmouth. Quite a lot of bodies into the Manchester United half, something that only happened on a couple of occasions in the first.
Taylor. Here's Cranchar. Sean Davis, Cole, O'Neill. Johnny can't direct the header.
Yeah, just trying to steer that back across the goal. Plenty of bodies up. Portsmouth. You have a sense is danger. Sees Benjan at the back post. Tracks the flight of the ball, makes sure he can't get a clean header back across the goals.
Portsmouth, who've lost on their last 4 visits here. Under pressure again from Rooney. And in the end, Matthew Taylor took the decision out of his goalkeeper's hands, decided he couldn't dice with danger anymore.
And I think he takes the right decision here, Matthew Taylor. Positive one. It looked like James was going to come and collect this. Taylor, no chances at all.
Sahar goes for it, finished! Great block! James again to Portsmouth's aid. Ronaldo.
Well, Vidic must have thought he was off the mark there. Looks as if it's heading for the back of the net. Fantastic save by David James. Reaction save.
Well, more danger. They've stepped up the pressure again here, United, and Vidic has made a belated run forward for this free kick, which Giggs lines up. It's turned away by Scholes.
Well, they're looking out for the threat there. Asaha, Vidic, Ferdinand. But it's Scholes that sneaks in him. In front of his marker. Great delivery by Ryan Giggs.
Vidic. By Cole. James is the man who's prevented Portsmouth's embarrassment from increasing. Rooney, Giggs, Palmerow, corner.
Vidic staying back, doesn't come up for this one.
Giggs with a kick. James claim it, but Benjani helps him out. This is Neville. Carrick back to Scholes. Sahar. Carrick's ball in, and Scholes looking for a handball out of Stefanovic. Doesn't get the verdict. They've got one penalty decision out of Mike Dean today. Long and hard about that one, the challenge on Rooney in the first half. Here's Cranchar. Taylor drives it in. Oh, what a chance for Nico Cranchar. Portsmouth back into the game.
Well, they should have pulled the goal back here, absolutely no doubt. It's a fantastic chance. He's under no real pressure, and this ball falls at his feet, 16 yards out. Big target to aim for here, not under pressure. That's a fantastic opportunity for Portsmouth.
Ronaldo. Cranchar. Here's Davis. Now Andy Cole. Nico Cranchar. Pedro Mendes. This is Porro. Giggs. Davis. O'Neill. Tamarone.
That's wishing he'd started with this formation. Certainly been a lot more positive second half.
Pedro Mendes looking down the middle for Cole.
Van der Sar's had to be lively a couple of times. Big miss with Cranchar.
There's Ronaldo. Salah. With Fernandez having picked up a knock in that first half. It's reaped some sort of dividend for Portsmouth, their second half display. A bit more running in the opening quarter of an hour of this half than they did in the whole of the first. There's Cranchar again. Now Benjani. Vidic slid in, which was risky, but he got the ball.
Yeah, well, he's got to time that perfectly, and he did. Good movement with Benjani. Trying to knock the ball round Vidic there. Big central defender timed his tackle to perfection.
O'Neill's corner. Stefanovic climbs.
Trying for the goal there, Rob. Shouldn't have done. Knocked that back into the danger area. He was never going to get enough power on it to trouble Van der Sar.
There's O'Neill. Camero. Nobody there for him. There's Vidic.
Stefanovic maybe feels he was his side a goal after giving away that early penalty. Or was it a penalty? Depending on what angle you see it from.
Certainly Mike Dean took his time over awarding it in that first 2 minutes. When he did, Louis Saha made no mistake. Giggs. Rooney. And still!
Shot away here. I mean, he's under pressure from Andy O'Brien. Just a little flick there. Still gets a shot. Clever little ball from Ryan Giggs. And flicks it over Stefanovic. Tries to get round Andy O'Brien. He's under pressure. He's got to hit the shot early. Knocks it over the crossbar. So strong with such wonderful balance.
He was a year old, Rooney, when Sir Alex Ferguson took over. Venture forward as much in this second half as he did in the first. Stefanovic has already given away one penalty. There are appeals here.
I think that one skips up and hits his arm. Deliberate well. A little bit unlucky with it. The first one against Rooney.
Gary O'Neill's made a good break forward if Pedro Mendes can pick him out, but he looked instead for Cole. Rio Ferdinand closed the route. Ronaldo. Giggs. Scholes. Rooney. Gary Neville. Carrick. Rooney. Scholes. Now Neville. Vidic. Giggs. Looking for Sahar. Forced out wide by O'Brien.
So determined. What a player he's been for Manchester United. United going in search of that third goal that would kill this game off. Should probably had it earlier. 2-0. Portsmouth thinking, well, if we get one, we'll make it two.
Here's Scholes. And Rooney was free. Layoff was heavy for Neville. David James had followed him out there.
Yeah, the angle's a bit tight for Gary Neville. David James races out his goal, makes it difficult, tries to control it here, Rooney. It falls into the path of Gary Neville, and once again he comes close. Third time in this match.
Giggs with a corner. Stefanovic got it this time.
And had to as well, Vidi's right behind him. Slam that into the back of the net.
Another corner to United. Another corner for Ryan Giggs. This time he pulls it back for Gary Neville. Vidic! He's got his goal! United surely have their win!
Well, that wraps it up for United. This time Gary Neville making the goal. Terrific cross into the box. A strong, powerful header that gave David James absolutely no chance. Not a hope at the end of the goals today, David James. Neville looks up, plants this one firmly into the bottom corner of the net. Good header, great cross. Game, set, match for United.
Nemanja Vidic gets his first at Old Trafford. Scored in the win at Wigan last month. Lamana Lualua has come on for Benjani, but it may be a change too late for Portsmouth. Lualua, who made a scoring impact after coming on at Charlton this season. Top scorer stays on the bench, Kanu. Taylor. Neville. Ronaldo.
Well, this time last season they fell well behind Chelsea in the league table. Different story this year. These United fans and players feel it could be their year. Certainly the form of late. Bolton here today suggests that just might be the case.
I wonder if the Manchester United manager is now contemplating changes. He sent Darren Fletcher and John O'Shea out to warm up. Here's Ebra. Giggs. Rooney steps out of the way for Carrick. Now Rooney. Back in forward motion. Is he going to get his goal today, I wonder?
Well, it was a terrific ball in, wasn't it, for Vidic to set him up. Really should have been on the goal scoring charts today.
Brian's head. Cole had hold of Ferdinand as that ball was coming towards him. Here's Vidic. Rooney. Carrick. Little flick from Giggs. Oh, that very nearly came off. O'Neill. Evra. Ronaldo. Driven in towards Rooney. Just beyond his reach there.
Just too close to David James. Toes out a yard or two back. Rooney's made a terrific run in there to the near post.
Scholes, here's Carrick. Scholes again. Gary Neville. Ronaldo. Rooney. Giggs. Here's Sahar. Left by Rooney. This is Scholes.
Some fantastic individual performances from United's attacking players. Sahar, Rooney, Ronaldo, Giggs. This little fella just laying it back now to Ruud Ferdinand. For me, has been the pick of the bunch today. He's been terrific in the middle of the park.
Here's Taylor. Mendes. Here's Cranchar. Giggs. Carrick. Giggs again. Through the middle. Sahar. Can he get away? Good save.
Well, it's a fantastic rugby, Sahar. A beautiful through ball, and once again David James comes to the rescue of Portsmouth with a terrific bit of goalkeeping. What about this for pace and movement? When he's under pressure here, gets his right foot shot away. David James, another terrific save, and it's 3-0. Could easily have been 5 or 6 if it wasn't for the big goalkeeper, who's having a terrific season. A lot of people saying should get the England recall. I would have no arguments there.
Sylvester is on for Michael Carrick. Still relentless from Manchester United. Here's Ronaldo trying a trick or two against Gary O'Neill and then pushing it. There's a little more advanced role on the left-hand side since Carrick went off. Sylvester has slotted in at left-back and Giggs has now moved into the middle alongside Scholes.
Well, I think with the Carling Cup games coming up, I don't think he'll be overboard about using his substitutes today, Sir Alex, but Michael Carrick, when he coming off, indicating maybe a little bit of a strain in his stomach.
Well, this is the last match they've got here, United, before Chelsea come calling at the end of the month.
A ticket for that one. I mean, a couple of games in between, but it looks like it might be the results between the top 3 and 4 that decide who's going to win this Premiership this season.
They've had the one slip up here against Arsenal, the only slip up they've had in the Premiership. Digging in against Scholes, did well to win that particular battle. Cranchar, what a big miss that was at 2-0 down. That could have changed the course of things for Portsmouth. They've been unlucky in many respects. The injury problems they had coming into the game, the misses that they've had either side of half-time, and that Cranchar miss was crucial as well.
Credit to Portsmouth. I mean, second half, certainly the way that United played in the first half, I thought they wanted to come back out for another 45. That's a brave decision. The two up front. It's been a much improved Portsmouth.
There's Pedro Mendes. Is he going to have a crack? Instead for Andy Cole, who's flagged offside. It was here at Old Trafford that he had that famous 50-yard effort that cleared Roy Carroll and went over the line, even though it was judged not to have.
Well, his goals don't count at that end. I covered that game for Sky Sports that evening in a soccer special, and it really was an astonishing bit of football.
As we've seen United making another couple of changes shortly, but here's Sahar. Ronaldo. Here's Lualua. Here's Sylvestre. Sahar. Ronaldo. Here Rooney, we understand they're going to be the players to make way, so that could well be Cristiano Ronaldo's last act. He's seen what United are planning, so two of the youngsters bought in, Ronaldo and Rooney, coming off to be replaced by two of the youngsters brought through. Fletcher and John O'Shea, the men coming on.
Well, a slightly better ball from Ronaldo there. Rooney makes it 4 in this game. I mean, these United fans have seen some fantastic players at Old Trafford over the years. Just another two coming off now. Two of the best young players in Europe here. I don't think so. Alex will be many thanks to Wayne Rooney for bringing him off. Just wants to play football.
He hasn't got his goal, but his endeavours helped to win the penalty that produced the first, the all-important first, inside 2 minutes. There's Brown getting the first post-match interview. Cranchar. There's O'Shea.
Just O'Shea sitting in the middle of the park. You often wonder what his best position is. Is it right back? Is it central defender? He certainly played very well in alongside Ryan Giggs. Central midfielder. Christmas onwards last season.
Fletcher. Sahar, here's Giggs. Intelligent ball again. Sylvestre. By Stefanovic, now Kamara. here has broken through the 76,000 barrier today, 4 over that. Yet another new Premiership record, and yet another indication of just how this club has grown in the 2 decades since Sir Alex Ferguson took over as manager. In the early days, he needed some solid support, and he certainly found that in the boardroom from an old favourite here, Bobby Charlton.
Sir Matt's son just sitting in front of him there, but Sir Alex not happy with the 76,000, wants even more. He's got visions of this place having 90,000 people here every home game.
Certainly fill it. Cranchar, Scholes, Fletcher, Neville.
Well, he's been terrific for United today. Well, he's been terrific for United for years, hasn't he? He just made one run after another.
Taylor, Evra, Giggs, Taylor, Camero, Gary Neville, Scholes, Fletcher, Evra,
Well, they're getting well beat today, Portsmouth, but certainly Harry Redknapp's improved the quality of this Portsmouth side dramatically. I don't think there'll be any problems in the relegation zone this season. Maybe looking the other way for a change.
here's Fletcher. This is the target.
There's certainly wrong foot's a defender who's expecting a right foot shot here. Looks up, manoeuvres the ball onto his left foot. He's weaker. He's trying to bend it in there. Doesn't get it quite right.
Neville. Scholes. Sylvester. Pedro Mendes using out to O'Shea. Camero. Davis. Taylor. O'Neill. Ball just blocked off on the edge of the area.
Yeah, Vidic takes up a poor position there, but he gives away the free kick right on the 18-yard line here. Just favour the left-sider. Matty Taylor. Quite a few fans to this one. Although it's only going to be a consolation goal if it doesn't end up the back of the United net. be a good one. Just a few shots that we've had. And well saved by Van der Sar.
Well, Gary O'Neill is the man over the free kick. Andy Cole is in there waiting to pick up any pieces. Sean Davis too. Romano Luala comes out to maybe offer an alternative option from the kick. It's O'Neill. That's a wonderful save.
Tell you what, he doesn't half hit this well. Anderson just gets his fingertips to it. Is it going in? Maybe the post, just sliding past it. Anderson taking no chances. Terrific. This is it.
Nico Cranchar is off. Richard Hughes comes on. Just over 6 minutes left. Neil's corner. O'Brien couldn't direct the header, and Portsmouth could be in trouble if Fletcher can break. Sylvester's burst through the middle, so too Evra, and Sahar's got forward as well, along with Neville and Giggs. It's a real flood of red shirts, and Fletcher had every reason to be disappointed with the pass. Red Army came marching forward en masse then. Neville. Ferdinand. Gary Neville, Scholes. Vidic. Scholes helps it on. Giggs. Fletcher. Neville. Ferdinand. Stefanovic. Lualoa with a header back to Andy Cole. Lualoa. Evra. Now O'Shea. Fletcher. Giggs. O'Shea. Through the middle for Scholes. Did well to hold on to it. Here's Sahar. I don't know whether he didn't trust Evra, but he decided to go for it himself from the angle.
Yeah, he fancies beating James at the near post here. It's a lovely little ball through to Scholes, but just catches Scholes' heels. He'd have been through 1v1, just rolls it to Saha. Maybe better knocking this one. Across the goal. Goes for the near post.
O'Shea. Gary Neville. Giggs lets it run. Back by Andy O'Brien. Gary Neville. Fletcher. Gary Neville. Vidic. O'Shea. Sylvester.
I just try to play the advantage rule there for Sylvester. Assistant referee, his flag up. First foul on Sylvester.
Fletcher. Pedro Mendes. Sylvester. Neville. Scholes. Now Vidic, Giggs. Vidic kept it in. I might have been expecting a corner then, but Vidic had very different ideas. Three added minutes.
Minimum of 3 minutes.
Manchester United cruising towards a win that will keep their noses in front in the Premiership.
And it just applies that little bit of pressure on Chelsea. Although both sides have been pretty relentless in the Premiership this season.
Scholes. Now Giggs. By Stefanovic to Pedro Mendes. Here's O'Neill. Now Hughes. Here's Lualoa. Neville guides that one to relative safety. Fletcher. O'Shea. Neville can measure this clearance to Scholes. Evra.
Well, it's certainly been a spirited second half performance from Portsmouth. Made a brave decision with Harry Redknapp to play the two up front second half, and a couple of goals behind. Fred just had too much quality United for this Portsmouth side. Some of the play in the first 45 minutes in particular was fantastic.
The Manchester United manager being acclaimed all around Old Trafford in celebration of his remarkable achievement. Harry Redknapp would applaud the longevity, knowing as he does the hazards of this managerial business. 20 years in charge of any club is a fantastic achievement, but with the level of expectation at a club of this size, it's at least double that achievement.
And I don't think he'll give it up for quite some time yet. When you look at this United side today, do you give up a side with Rooney and Ronaldo in it?
Oh, it's got away, and Taylor! This is the target. Much to Van der Sar's relief.
Well, goes against McCollum's been pretty impressive this season, United. That's a defensive mix-up there. Fortunate not to concede a goal. Van der Sar hasn't had a great deal to do it today. 1 or 2 long-range efforts. He saved well, but doesn't do that great there.
Well, it started with defeat at Oxford, but 20 years of improvement later, Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United are top of the pile.